going on, everybody out there in Chiefs Kingdom? It's your boy DR2, the Black Italian, coming to you live and direct from Ashland, Oregon, with a little post-game commentary for today's loss at home versus San Diego Chargers. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? This is a rough one, but we're going to do it anyway. The good, the bad, the ugly for the 2013 version of the Kansas City Chiefs. Here it goes, guys. So this was a must-win game. You know, we lost this game in our house after being up 14-3. We lost 41-38. You know, a game that saw 8 different lead changes. A very entertaining game. There's no question about it. But, you know, at the end, it didn't really turn out the way we wanted it to. I believe there was a lot of different reasons why we lost this game. I thought this was definitely a must-win game. If we were to be serious about going anywhere in the playoffs or going deep in the playoffs, this is a game that we absolutely had to have. And I believe that after getting beat the way we did in Denver, a contender comes home and takes care of a 4-6 team, destroys that team, you know, doesn't let them hang around, and definitely doesn't let them steal the game at the end like we did today, you know. And so I've pulled us out of the contender ranks. You know, I think we're more of a pretender right now. You know, we struggled to beat a lot of scrub teams earlier this year, and it's become a little evident now that, you know, we're playing some bigger, faster, you know, better armed, you know, quarterbacks. You know, we're getting lit up all over the place, you know. Until I see otherwise, you know, we're on the pretender side of things, and I'm okay with that, you know. I mean, last year we won 2 games, man. I'm not going to get greedy, but I was getting my hopes up there, and it's been a rough one, you know, to have to watch this complete debacle take place today. So let's get right to it. The good. You know, Donald Stevenson, Jeff Schwartz, O-line played pretty good after some rough spots in the beginning. They did what they had to do. They pulled it together. You know, again, I'm a believer that you're only as good as your quarterback and your line. You know, if your line can't protect your quarterback, he can't do anything. And the line, you know, they needed to warm up, but they got it together. You know, they created some nice holes for JC. They gave Alex some time. You know, as witnessed, he had his best game as a Chief. You know, almost 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. I mean, these aren't numbers we see from Alex Smith. You know, these are winners' numbers, not managers' numbers. He played great today outside of one mistake, which, you know, could have potentially been part of costing us the game. I think it was. You know, he had a fantastic game, you know, so there was a lot of good out of that, you know. To date, we haven't seen the offense play this good. You know, our high was 31 points. A lot of those points game, you know, versus the Giants, that game at home on special teams and defense. It's nice to see our you know, offense go out and show their fans in the world that, you know, if we get involved in a shootout, we can hang. You know, before it was just a defensive struggle type game. We needed our defense to score to win, but they showed today that, you know, we could put some points up, and that was nice because I've been waiting for that. You know, and I've been screaming for the last couple months now, man. You got to put the ball in the end zone. They put the ball in the end zone, look what happens. You got to throw the ball downfield. They throw the ball downfield, what happens? You know, Donnie, Avery, Dwayne Bowe, these are great receivers, man. You know, and Alex has got an arm. We got to throw the ball, you know. And I think Coach Reed called a pretty good game today, you know, and it showed. You know, we just made some mistakes. So, you know, usually we're bitching about the offense and bigging up the defense, you know, and today it was just a complete opposite, you know. Prototypical Jekyll and Hyde ball club, man. I mean, no one can tell me after rooting for this team for over half my life or more that we're just not a snake-bitten franchise. Losers like this just don't happen to teams that are for real, you know. So anytime Alex Smith gives us 3 touchdowns and 294 yards passing, we got to win. And we didn't. But there is some good out of it, you know. You know, a game where we didn't have Fisher, DeVito, Asamoah, for us to have played that good, you know, I got to honor that and talk about that a little bit because, you know, I've been less than happy with our offense, and they came to play today. So the bad. Let's talk about our defense a little bit. You know, Tamba Hali goes down with what could potentially be a serious injury. Shortly thereafter, Justin Houston goes down. You know, but even when these guys were in here, there was no pass rush to be had. Can somebody explain to me what is going on? We had 36 sacks our first 10 games. Our last 2 games, we've had 3. and we've given up 15. What is going on? What happened? You know, I mean, Dr. Bob's dialing up the same kinds of defenses. Are we just facing better lines? Denver's offensive line's not that good. I mean, look what's happening tonight. I mean, they were up big, and that game's tied. I think New England's about to win that game. I mean, what is happening, you know? And to give up that many sacks over a time where we're only getting 3, I mean, that's a 5-1 margin, man. You can't win that way, and that's how we were winning. And so, you know, it has to be looked at as the bad. It's going to be hard to rectify this situation moving forward if our 2 big guns on defense are out. You can't tell me that 1 or 2 people don't make the difference, even though it's a team sport. I mean, you take Aaron Rodgers off the field. Look what's happening in Green Bay. You know, you take Adrian Peterson off the field. I mean, you take Tom Bahali and Justin Houston off the field. I mean, our defense got cornholed today. I mean, it was awful. It was as bad a blitzing, you know, against a defense. I mean, we got carved like a turkey, man. I mean, Phillip Rivers is a good fucking quarterback. I mean, that arm, he's a gunslinger. You know, he can throw the rock with anybody, man, and we got tore up. Unbelievable to think that this is the same defense that gave, you know, averaging, you know, 12.5 points a game. We gave them 41 today. So, we're in big trouble if we can't get our guys back. We have to formulate some kind of game plan moving forward because we may not have both of them. You know, I'd be shocked if we have both of them. I'll take one of them. But I don't know. We're in big trouble there. So, you know, we're pretenders, man. We're not contenders. You know, we gave up 392 yards in the air today. That's unbelievable. That's more than we gave up versus Manning last week on the road. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. You know, our secondary has been exposed. And, I mean, we tackle well, but boy, it just seemed like we were chasing after white jerseys all day. Which brings me to the ugly. A lot of ugly to talk about today. So, Green and Allen absolutely made us look foolish today. We got torched. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to put the Marcus Cooper experiment to bed. This guy got absolutely roasted today. I mean, he's probably still burning up. I mean, he got destroyed. I mean, it was like a first night in jail for this guy. He got killed. I mean, he was out of place all day long. I mean, you can't tell me they didn't watch last week's film. You know, they picked on this guy all day long. You know, and Sean Smith, man, I don't know about this guy. I mean, bigger, faster, stronger, taller cornerback, but out of position a lot too. He wasn't getting as roasted as Cooper, but it just seems like he has been Jekyll and Hyde all year. He either does something really, really big, or he does something really, really bad. And to be out of position the way he was, to give up the winning touchdown, that's bad news, man. You know, that doesn't really bode well for our future because we're just playing better quarterbacks. You know, and so we got to look at these two. I mean, that's the ugly. I mean, it was pathetic, you know. And then I have to call out Andy Reid, man. You know, I really do. Being down 34-31, about to score, you know, the Chargers, they're conceding that we're going to get some kind of points, man. Why did you call timeout? Why are you stopping the clock so we can score and give them back the ball with more time on the clock? Let that fucking clock run down and let them call a timeout. That was terrible, man. And I'm not a coach. I'm just a fan. But I'm pretty sure after not being able to stop their offense all day long and having our 2 best players on defense out, I don't want that game to end with the ball in his hands with a lot of time. And Phillip Rivers can put the ball anywhere. I don't like him, but I gotta give him his props. And sure enough, what did we do? We scored. But that timeout left seconds on the clock. They didn't have to burn their timeout. And they come down the field. I mean, it was like the Elway drive. They did whatever they wanted, and they scored. And on the window that ball went in, you know, that Sean Smith missed. I mean, it was like, that was like that close to being batted away. And it just goes to show you, man, how this is really a game of interest. And so, you know, we really blew that. It is what it is, though. You know, Chiefs till I die, but we got to talk about these things. So there's a few musts I want to talk about. You know, we must win this week, just like we had to win, you know, today, but we didn't. So we absolutely have to take Denver down in order to do anything in this league, especially coming out of AFC. You have to beat Manning twice. We've already gotten beaten once. He's coming to our house. We're probably going to be shorthanded. We're going to be banged up. I don't give a shit. We have to find a way to win that game. You got to defend your home field. Period. The end. You know, and especially if New England's doing us a favor right now and taking them down, we have to take advantage of these things when they happen in our league. We have to win this game. Period. End of statement. Losing to a team like the Chargers today is just unbelievable. I thought this game was an absolute lock, but there are no locks in football. This is why they play the games. So, I believe Stevenson and Schwartz should stay on the line. You know, I don't care if Eric Fisher's feeling better. I don't care how that shoulder's feeling, man. This rookie experiment, man, we need to win games. You know, and I can't have him being like the merry-go-round out there that he's been. We got to get these games. We got to win the next 5 games. We can't lose another game. We have to win out. There's no question, okay? And we have to come up with a plan that you know, includes not having Tamba Hali and Justin Houston in the fold. We have to come up with something that we can do to win if these guys aren't out there. DeVito may or may not be out there. You know, I mean, we have to do something differently, guys. I mean, what we're doing now is not working. We have not been really on the same page offensively and defensively all year. You know, we need to put together an A+ game. You know, today's C+ game will not cut it the rest of the season. And these are all division games, you know, outside of Indianapolis and you know, and the one we got versus Washington. And Washington's terrible, but what we play like we played today, we might go there and lose, man. I mean, I know RG3's not 100%, but, you know, we don't travel well. You know, and so we have to do some things differently, you know. Dr. Bob, you got to get to the drawing board, man. We got to make some things happen, you know. We need to start seeing some things happening from our special teams again. And look, we can't expect our offense to play like this week in and week out. They played great today. They actually did what we needed them to do, and we gave them no support defensively. It just goes to show you how valuable, you know, Tamba Hali and Justin Houston are. You know, our defense got beat bad today. We got exposed pretty badly, and now it's on film, and people are going to be watching how we do that, you know. And to think they put up 41 points, you know, and this is really without, you know, Antonio Gates doing anything, you know. And this is a guy who's absolutely killed us in the past. So, you know, that's it for the good, the bad, and the ugly this year, you know. Oh yeah, I just found out from my friend Lacey B. Shout out Lacey B. What's good, girl? New England did what they had to do and took down that Denver team. So, I'm so appreciative of that. Chiefs, you got to come through and find a way to get this W next week. It is an absolute must, okay? Get your shit together, guys. You got a couple days. Formulate the game plan. We're out here being the fans. You guys got to get back to the drawing board. We can't suffer another loss this season if we're going to put ourselves in that pretender, you know, that not pretender category and actually be contenders. So shout out to, you know, the Wonder Twin Kim Kennedy. Shout out to my man Jeff Jewell and Arrowhead Asylum. You know, shout out again to Lacey B. Big fat W. A lot of love for you guys. We got Thanksgiving. Everybody have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. This is DR2, the Black Italian, coming to you all live and direct from Ashland, Oregon, with some real talk, real understanding on football. I hope everybody stays safe. Don't give up hope, you guys. It's just 2 games in a row, but we cannot make it 3 if we're going to be serious about moving forward. Everybody take care, be good, enjoy your families, and eat lots of turkey. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.